Welcome to Mike's Florida Homestead. We're continuing our series on Defending the Homestead, and I wanted to do a part 2 review of the Ruger 1022. I did a review a while back on the 1022 from Ruger, and since then I've changed out the case and added a few options, so I thought I'd have you take a look with me and see what I've done, maybe give you some ideas for your Ruger. One of the most popular rifles in 22 LR out there. There's so many options for the 1022. So let's just take a look and I'll show you what I've done. If you're thinking about buying a Ruger 1022, this will give you some ideas and I can give you some feedback on what I think about the gun. So one thing I did with the new arrangement is I have this soft case instead of a hard case. This is a Gettysburg, so it is, not that expensive, but a nice bag. Picked this up from Rural King, and it's got the handle on it. You can toss it in. It's got nice padding all the way around to protect the rifle. But one of the great advantages to this over the hard shell is all of this storage all along the thing. So let's start on this end. These three things here, I have a couple of the 15 round magazines. Now I keep them, just put a little plastic baggie over them, because if you know anything about 22LR, they can be kind of oily and sticky, so things can get on here and collect dirt and grime pretty easy. But this is the Ruger BX 15. Now Ruger, the 1022s come standard, as you know, with the 10 round flush fit. So I picked up a couple 15s. And the reason I went with 15 over the 25 or larger capacities is one, there tends to be a little bit more issues with feeding on some of the larger magazines. I haven't seen that with the 15, and I have not experienced feeding issues with the 15 round. And the other thing about it, I'll show you a little bit later, is that when it's in the gun and you're resting the rifle on a some sort of a rifle hold to stabilize you at the range, this is not too long. The 25s, it's hitting the ground before you get on that rifle rest, and so it's a little bit in the way. So I like the shorter rounds, but still giving you some extra ammo. So I have the 10 and the 215, so I've got 40 rounds readily available. In this one I have the little Catch 22. So what the Catch 22 is when you open it and look at the end there, I've got 50 extra rounds of ammo. Now these you just tip up and the shells fall out. So it's just gravity feed, but it's nice to have 50 rounds in a compact place. It's got a little clip, you can put it on your belt, hook it onto a bag, and right there's 50 rounds that's not, loose. The middle zip here, I just have some extra ammo in a Ziploc bag. And then when we look at the top one, once again, 3 boxes of ammo. So this 1022 is eating about anything that I can feed it, so that's kind of a great part. So getting beyond the case, let's take a look at the rifle. So we're going to get this out and bring out our rifle so we can take a closer look. Now, one of the things that I've added since my last video was this Tasco 12x40 scope. This is a very nice scope, and for a 22 rifle, we're not shooting out 400 yards with it. So this does a great job of it. Has the nice eyepiece on here. You got 12 different zoom settings on here. Your windage and elevation are on here. So this is a nice little scope, and it drops nicely on that Picatinny rail that I added from Amazon that you saw on the last video. I think I picked this scope up at one of the gun shops here in town. And of course, as we reviewed before, the sling with this gun is a nice addition. The gun is light, so a nice thin but durable rope is for a sling is very nice. Now, I'll show you what I mean about the clips. So when you got that in there, you can still fit pretty low to the ground, pretty low profile, and not have this in your way. So if you're sitting and sighting in, it's not too long protrude down where it's going to get in the way, but it does give you that extra ammunition, and so it's fairly easy getting in and out and dropping in another one. So I do like those, so I would recommend getting a couple of those. That makes a nice addition to the gun. With this gun, this particular model I like because it's wood grain the whole way. It's got the nice patterning on it, and it doesn't have that steel wrap that a lot of the 1022s have up here. This is a little step up, and I think as a result these have gone up in price as well. But I really do like this particular version of the 1022, and so with the extra mags, the little catch 22, my scope, and a new case, makes for a nice little package when you're going to go out and plinking. Growing up with 1022s, you know, they've been around forever, so I used them as a kid. It's my first hunting rifle that I went out, and so it does make a very nice, dependable gun, and ammo for it is still reasonable, much more reasonable than some of the other rifle carriages where you're looking at a couple dollars a shell versus pennies, maybe 10 cents or less for the 22 LR. So overall, that's what I've done with my Ruger 1022. You know, like and respond with comments down below if you have one and what you've done with yours, and if you like what I've done with mine. Thanks for joining us again here on the Florida Homestead, and take care. Have a great week.